Hello, everybody. Welcome back to your Pick and Roll live stream. We go live here every weekday morning right here on the Board YouTube channel that hammers NBA content division. And we're very much looking to bounce back for the Tuesday slate today. And there are 4 free picks on the way for you guys. So right before we get into it, please make sure you've hit the like button if you want to support the show, help drive us up in that YouTube algorithm. And as well, make sure you're subscribed, keep up to date with all of the content we have coming at you on the channel, looking to expand with a bit more content as we get through the rest of this NBA season. So I will suggest you're going to want to stay tuned for all of that. All right, with that, just went through my last checks on the numbers we have for today. Let's get into those free picks. So as I said, it's 4 free picks, so it's going to be quite a lot on the ticket for today, but here are the plays that we have. First of all, we're going to the Pacers and Mavericks game. We have 2 plays here in this one. The first play is an under on points for Pascal Siakam at 22.5. That's minus 120 available at FanDuel. However, you'll also be able to get this for minus 124 odds at BetRivers. Second play that we have here, as I said, it's same game. Kyrie Irving over on points. We have it at 27.5, which is minus 111 at FanDuel. And FanDuel lines can move quick. So if you're watching live, you're hopefully going to get that best price there. Third play here is in the Celtics and Cavaliers game. We have Darius Garland over 21.5 points. That's minus 115 at Bet365. However, if you don't have access to that sports book, you can go to BetMGM and get it for minus 120. The fourth and final play is an SGP involving the Suns and the Nuggets, and it is minus 110 at BetMGM as well as DraftKings. So whichever one you want to play it at, feel free to go and play it over there. It is Kevin Durant, 25 plus points, and Jamal Murray, 18 plus points. So bit of a mouthful out the gate. 4 picks on the way for you guys today. As a reminder, for plays like this, where there's like a lot of bets going down, 4 plays, we continue to say here that numbers, we're typically getting good closing line value. We're very typically getting that. We're very typically getting the matchups that we wanted, maybe not always the results, as we saw certainly with one of the plays in particular yesterday. So my suggestion is to not necessarily fear a big ticket with 4 picks. Increasing the sample size is typically a good thing. However, ensure that you're betting amounts that you feel comfortable with for a day like today. But yes, Pips, you wanted to add something there?
Siakam is just opened at Bet365, 22.5 minus 120. So if anyone missed FanDuel because it moved quickly, you can get it at Bet365 minus 120, and I think you can get it at DraftKings minus 125.
Okay, so plenty of
Yeah,
options there for
yeah.
Pascal Siakam. Everybody should be able to get one of those prices there. But as I said, sample typically, always, if you trust the bet, sample size is always going to be your friend. That's my point here. But of course, on a day-to-day basis, ensure that you're betting something that you can afford and be comfortable with losing, because you never know. That being said, let's go through the handicap, talk through why Pips likes these plays for today.
Uh, yeah, I mean, very big slate. So I was looking to add a few more bets. First one is Pascal Siakam. Lately, since the trade and when Tyrese Halliburton is playing, when they have Maturin in there, he is not going over this line. He is actually staying under more often. And if you take a look at his performance, he had last game against the lowest scoring game with Halliburton with Pacers is against Dallas Mavericks, and they just when he was driving, Gafford or Lively will just go up higher on the screens and don't let him drive to the rim, don't let him set for the middies. When he was trying to post up, they will double team him instantly. Didn't let him to post up guys. He scored like, I think 6 points of 12 in some crazy transition, like easy layups or something. But on half court defense, didn't get many looks into this game, and their focus was actually probably the first thing to stop Pascal Siakam and then everyone else. So yeah, I just like this for the Pascal Siakam to stay under. I can see him scoring 20 points, but I think 22.5 is a bit high when you look at the numbers and how Dallas Mavericks decided to defend him.
All right, there we have first play here, but we have another play from the same game. This was Kyrie Irving is over. You've liked to go against the Pacers this season, and why don't you explain why you're going to be doing it again here?
So first off, Kyrie, if you take a look, since coming back from the All-Star, 29 points, 29 points, 30 points, 29 points, 28 points, are very, very consistent in scoring. And some of these are in the worst matchups, and I'll get the prime time matchup against the Pacers. Kyrie is known for his like short range, mid range, and overall mid range. As you can see, in getting to the rim, of course, that's like Kyrie's signature. So many signature moves there. But if you take a look at the his best spots, we can all see all the green on the shot chart of defense of Indiana Pacers. If you take a look at the play types, he's scoring most as a pick and roll ball handler. Some of his transition and isolation stuff, they defended him single cover. They just let him get his shot up, and they were comfortable with him take shooting mid ranges. And yeah, he scored 29 points in 32 minutes. It was a blowout. They left the game with 5 minutes left. So yeah, he covered this in, and also not a great shooting night for him. He started very poorly. He was like 3 to 12 start, and then come made some shot lately in the game. If you take a look at similar players, like everyone is feasting against the Indiana Pacers, like that's shooting profile similar players. They scored 25 points more on average against the Pacers, and we have Bill as an one that didn't cover. And we all remember what happened in that game
God.
when we had him. So yeah, I think I'm pretty comfortable with Kyrie. Like the one thing I always said, like it's same thing with Hero, it's same thing with DeMar DeRozan. Like these guys when they are attack mode, when they are playing like aggressively, they will cover. But sometimes they just you never know what's going to happen. And since the All Star break, Kyrie is shooting 20 plus field goals in every game, and he's been very aggressive, usage going up. And aggressive Kyrie is unstoppable, especially against this Indiana Pacers defense.
Okay, so there we go. Second play of the day, same game. Kyrie Irving over on 27.5 points. The next play is another over on point for a point guard. This one is Darius Garland over 21.5 points. Again, that was minus 115 at Bet365, minus 120 at BetMGM. If you prefer to play over there, that's all you have access to. You take us through this handicap.
So this one is we have Donovan Mitchell out, we have Max Strus out, and we have Karis LeVert questionable for this game, and he missed a couple of games, so I think he could be out again. Darius Garland playing with Okoro, Wade, Mobley, Allen. All these guys can create their own shots. Darius Garland is down to have a huge usage. They will let him shoot like single coverage. Garland actually played pretty well last couple of games. He had 23 points against the Bulls, very difficult, very great, very good defense. Then 29 against the Pistons, and then last game 19 against the Knicks. But Knicks hedged trap blitz him on almost every single possession. They just like decided we won't let you score, and he still got up to the 19 points. Played huge 40 minutes in that game. I expect 40 minutes tonight, and I expect a very higher usage than in that game against the Knicks because Boston Celtics usually don't double. They didn't double Luka Doncic. They have Drew Holiday and Derrick White to defend one on one, and with everyone else not being able to create their own shots, Garland will need to take a ton of tonight, a ton of usage, and I can see him being like 40% from the floor, but still end up scoring like 25 points.
So going for heavy usage there on Darius Garland for the play here against the Celtics. Let's move now into our fourth play. This is the only SGP of the bunch here. It's Kevin Durant, 25 plus points. Jamal Murray, 18 plus points, minus 110, whether you're wanted it at MGM or at DraftKings. What do you see from this matchup?
Great matchup for Jamal Murray as Suns are struggling mightily against anyone that can pull up, and those players are killing them in the entire season. Like Doncic 41, Fox 40, Trae Young 32, Doncic 34 in a blowout, Fox 33. Doncic 50, Brunson 50, like every big guy, every pull-up guy killed against them, had season's highs, almost scoring 25% more points against the Suns. And yeah, I just think with Booker out, we'll see heavy usage from KD in this one, and then we'll see probably like same thing in the playoffs. We saw mostly single coverage against KD because they trust Gordon that he can stop him, and I can see KD being like 10 or 11 or from 25 and with a couple of free throws getting to 27, 28 points because the good Denver have a good defense, and last couple of games they played Jokic in drop coverage. If they do this against the KD, this should be an easy game. And obviously, like the entire season, when Booker wasn't there or when he struggled, KD was the guy. So yeah, I just think with Booker out, this should be a KD game. And on the other side, Jamal Murray should cover 18 easily. If we take a look at Jamal Murray last couple of games, when he was allowed, and when he played in matchups that allow good shooting, like 27 against the Golden State Warriors, 32 against Kings, and the last game against the Lakers, 24 on 23 field goal attempts. So yeah, I just think this is a good spot for both of these guys. I'm going with alternative lines for both because it's 9 point spread for Denver at home. So we'll see. But I like this. Probably possible to cover these lines in 3 quarters.
All right, that'll do it for the plays for today. That is the four bets that we have for today on the show. Looking to bounce back from yesterday's day where it was one of the worst we've had all season. Unfortunately, it was an 0-3 day yesterday, including the big SGP, which was half the unit. But nonetheless, we lose all three of the plays. Marvin Bagley exits the game with an injury. The big SGP falls short on Taylor Hendricks' rebounds and Tyus Jones' assists. Alex Caruso really was, this should have been the winning play here. Only ends with 2 points. Got outstanding closing line value. Alex Caruso had 10 field goal attempts in the game and only made one, went 0 of 6 from three. Everything was there for him to win that play, but unfortunately, as it is, it's an 0-3 day. Pips, any words on the tough day here?
Yeah, Marvin Bagley was on pace to cover before the injury, so Pagras there. Taylor Hendricks also injury in the first half, didn't never returned. Tyus Jones somehow didn't go over, like that's crazy in that kind of game. And Caruso was like a winner like 9 out of 10 times when he gets this usage, maybe even like 95% winner when he gets 10 field goal attempts and one free throw. So like we needed two more threes to cover, and it will be like 3 from 10 still terrible shooting, or 1 3 and 1 2 and a free throw. So like there are so many combinations of him covering on while still shooting terrible. Yeah, he started the game 0 from 8, and then when he saw like yeah I can make anything, he even stopped shooting. So from that point, like he shot one field goal attempt in the entire second half because okay he was like I'm 0 from 8, I'm 1 from 9, I don't want to shoot anymore. So yeah, if he made like one or two early buckets, he'll end up with 15 points. I'm like almost certain of it because they were killing DeMar DeRozan and he was getting great looks. But yeah, that's it. Like the crazy stupid run on the show continues. I think we are getting great stuff, but yeah, not working this season in our favor.
Yeah, as much as we had a pretty good February, this one kind of takes it back down, unfortunately. As much as it hasn't been necessarily the best season here, it's still marginally up on the season, not in the negative on the season here. So hopefully, in the last third or so of the season, can make a big push for the rest of it. And hopefully, today can kickstart that because, as I said, there are four plays on the way for today. So thanks so much for the continuous support on the show. Alan and actually in chat. Caruso tweeted, should have taken the under. That is not what I would have wanted to see. I'm glad I didn't see that myself. But I'm sure many people were on this over because it seemed all the way up to over 8.5 minus 153. We got 7.5 minus 120. Insanity. But anyways, that should do it for today's show. 4 picks on the way for today. So we're going to just keep it loaded with that and go through them once again here. Let's bounce back. Make sure you drop a like if you're tailing, and let's also make sure you're subscribed. Keep up to date with all the content here. First play of the day. Pacers at Mavericks. Pascal Siakam under 22.5 points. Minus 120 at FanDuel is where we got it, but there were other options available. It was minus 123.65, minus 124 at BetRivers, minus 125 at DraftKings. Second play is Kyrie Irving in the same matchup, over 27.5 points, minus 111 at FanDuel. Third play is Darius Garland against the Celtics, over 21.5 points, which is minus 115 at 365, but can also get it for minus 120 at BetMGM. And the last play here, minus 110 at MGM or DraftKings for the Suns and Nuggets SGP. Kevin Durant, 25 plus points, and Jamal Murray, 18 plus points. All right, that is it for the show. Final question here, actually, because I think me and Pips can also answer this. But Banji asked in chat, thoughts on Pelicans minus 9. Thinking about it myself, the only qualm, I guess, is the Raptors are at home. They're going to have a lot of hungry players playing who are going to be highly motivated. 9 is quite a lot. However, much of this matchup would suggest that the Pelicans are going to really dominate the Raptors today. But in an away setting, 9 just feels like a bit too much. I don't think that either side of this one really interests me a ton. What about you, Pips?
Yeah, I also lean on Pelican side, but spread are not my thing, especially away 9.5. Or 9. That's
Yeah,
gamble. So yeah, I don't like to.
it's just a
It will be
bit too
interesting
high
to
for me.
see. It will be interesting to see, like Raptors without Jacob and Barnes. No defense whatsoever in this game from them, so will be interesting to see.
Yeah, like you said, no defense. I can easily see the Pelicans crushing that line and completely blowing out the Raptors, but it's just a bit too much for me to advocate for that play. But again, as I said, that'll do it for today's show. Just wanted to get that last one in there. Thanks so much again, everybody. We'll be back same time, same place tomorrow for more for Pick and Roll. Hope to see you there.